Welcome back to my cave. Once again, humans. We're gonna be playing Frebbventure today. And, I have to be honest, I really want to spread this game around because it is honestly one of the most addicting platformers I've played. Honestly, one of the most addicting platformers I've ever played. It doesn't really hold the same spot in my heart as Spyro per se, but come on, this game has Roxy. Roxy is the most adorable thing ever. She's like this mutant Aardvark that breathes fire. How is that not adorable? She's like the not Pokemon version of Heatmore. Remember Heatmore from Black and White? Not many do because it was part of a duel with his partner Drinn being way more popular and used in competitive play because he can actually use Truant to his advantage and whatnot. And Heatmore, what has Heatmore got? Nothing. Poor Heatmore, no one cares about Heatmore. Poor thing. But hang on, let's read some of these character bios. I only got the main 4 unlocked, so, Frebb Flipless. Frebb the cat, I think, is simple as they come, but he's also far from dull. Head on and headstrong. He is no likelier to give his foes an opening than he is to humor their hollow values. No frills, no gimmicks, just solid damage and decent movement. That's our main protagonist. Maybe one day I should do a let's play on this game. You know, if I can actually finish it.
Drinn Nimby, pure of heart, weak of knees. Gleeful but sensitive, and full of that everyday magic that keeps the world spinning. Drinn excels at staying airborne with high speed, a floaty jump, and numerous bouncy, eddish moves.
And don't forget her use of water magic. I guess they did. Well. Roxy. Just Roxy. A hungry, ill-tempered, fire-breathing mutant. Somehow, and somewhat, tamed by Dr. Who cares? She's a bit clumsier than the rest, but smashes through all the opposition with her heavy body and molten breath. And she's absolutely adorable. As for Dr. Dweebenheimer, no one cares. And you know what? I don't care what his name is, I'm just gonna refer to him as Dr. Dweebenheimer. I think that name suits him. Okay, trying to make, I want to unlock the 2 characters, so let's try and make it 8 hardness. And I like the idea of relay because it lets me try out more than one of the characters. Hopefully I won't have to play as Dr. Dweebenheimer that much, though. Oh, Roxy is so cute, and I love the little noises she makes when she does stuff and get hurt. She just sounds so meek and harmless. Also, her mobility is better than you'd expect. She has a super jump that helps her get around places, and her fire breath is hecka strong. I've heard people don't like her moveset that much. I disagree. I think she's actually quite fun to play as. Though I could see you preferring Drinn. Or Frebb. Or one of the other unlockable characters. But anyway, one thing I will note about this game is that it is very fast-paced. And the platforming is loose. It's a fast pace, so precision platforming is thankfully not that demanding in this game. Which makes getting around the stage very quickly not too hard. And I kind of like that about this game. I really like the game's fast-paced gameplay. I also like this challenge mode where you can go through all the main levels and do it with certain rules and handicaps. That's honestly a really neat idea, and because this gameplay is so fast-paced, it makes getting through these stages fun. These stages are not long. They don't outstay their welcome, and that really works to this game's advantage. Also in challenge mode, all the stages are recolored, which is kind of cool. Like the first stage I played, that took place in a sunny day scenario, where in the challenge mode, it takes place during sunset. The volcano stages are really drastic though, since during the volcano stages during the main game, it looks like everything is dark and you're completely inside, but in challenge mode, you can see a bright blue sky in the background, and that's kind of a cool twist on the stage. I know it's just recoloring, but hey, I think I actually quite like seeing different palettes and takes on things. Alright, what's next? Dodo Mountain. I kind of wish I was playing this one with Drinn, because Drinn's mobility is super high, making it really easy to get around places, and she can kind of cheese a level like this, but thankfully Roxy has her own tools, so no big deal. OMG, Roxy is so cute. These are kind of my favorite types of anthro characters. The ones that are unique, the ones that are more out there, the ones that pick animals that aren't used that often. How often do games have an Aardvark as one of the protagonists? Not many, I can tell you that. I don't know, just Aardvarks in general are just unique. They're like these hairless anteaters, and anteaters are even more goofy and adorable, but Aardvarks are pretty silly too. I don't know why, I just really like eclectic animals. Doing pretty good so far. Again, Roxy's mobility isn't supposed to be that great, but she can get around quite easily. She's not Drinn in that regard. I'm not even sure she's Frebb. And I have not played Dr. Dweebenheimer that much, so I don't know how good his mobility is. I don't remember it being great, but like I said, I don't play as Dr. Dweebenheimer that much, so don't go with me. Don't go with me. You know what I meant. Alright, another mid-boss, not too bad. And I think next is one of the main bosses. There's 3 of them. And none of the 3, at least in this level, in this world, none of the 3 in this world are all that powerful. Here we got Chunko the Plunko, who I'm assuming is supposed to be like a Sonic the Hedgehog parody given the shoes. Honestly, this game seems to make a lot of digs at Sonic the Hedgehog with this guy and the Plunko line in general. I get it, Sonic the Hedgehog is like the butt monkey for gamers, but I don't know, I actually like Sonic the Hedgehog, even some of the more meh games. It's something that gets a little tiring, like, once again, I get it, he's the butt monkey, but come on, guys. Anyway, this guy's pretty predictable once you get his moveset down. The only thing that kinda gives me trouble is his double charge, because I keep forgetting he charges twice, but other than that, not too bad. And just like that, he is down. Booyah! Wow, I haven't said booyah in one of these videos in a while. Oh, and it's about time we play as the man himself. Or the cat himself. That's a cat? I thought Frebb was supposed to be a fox at first. Then again, his character bio doesn't particularly confirm he's a cat. It just says they think he's a cat. Again, though, he kind of looks like a fox. Then again, foxes typically have beefier tails than that. I don't know. Personally, I'm not as huge on Frebb as I am on the other characters like Drinn and Roxy, and some of the unlockable characters. I really hope that one of the unlockables is Foamy. Foamy is cute. Then again, I just really have a soft spot for opossums. And you know what? I just realized I am not saying much about the stage. Basically, you have to avoid these big bug-like creatures with searchlights. It can be pretty tricky in certain areas, but not too bad. Once again, this game doesn't really have precision platforming in most of the areas, and even where it does have precision platforming, it's fairly forgiving. We'll eventually get to a level that's kinda bad with the precision platforming, but I can forgive a few levels requiring it. I get it, games are supposed to get harder, and wouldn't be very fun if every stage was easy, but I do kind of like breezing through stages. Next, we're up to Terrace Fortress. Nothing too Kajunga with this level, but it does have some nice thatched buildings. It does carry the theme over from a lot of the other levels, but it still looks like its own level, and that is another thing I like about this game. Even when it reuses assets, it still manages to make every level feel unique. I don't feel like I'm playing a level I've already played before because, well, there's interesting decor, the level design's good. I just really like the level design in this game. I love how loose the platforming is. I love being able to just breeze through the stage. That's kind of what I liked about Sonic the Hedgehog. It doesn't require precision platforming. It just lets you blitz through the stages. It's not always going to be a cakewalk, but the fact that you can complete stages quickly and easily, that's honestly a big charm of this game. Again, stages don't outstay their welcome. You can complete them fairly quickly. I honestly really do not like games with long-winded levels. The last thing I want in a game like this is that "are we done yet" feeling you get from an excruciatingly long level. That's not to say that longer levels don't have their place. I can understand if you want something a little longer than this, but I'm just talking about what I want, or what I like, and oh boy, Marching Millipedes, ooh. This is debatably the hardest stage in the first world. This one actually does require a little bit of precision platforming. You have to jump on these little millipedes as they march across the thorns. Not too bad, at least there's no bottomless pit under them. But oh boy, we're about to get to a part that may not seem that tricky at first, but oh boy, it has sucked away a lot more lives than I'd like to admit. Okay, so just gotta hoofta. Okay, I have played this stage a lot, so I am getting used to a lot of its quirks, but this stage stumped me for a while. Alright, this part. You would be surprised how often, like right there, I didn't trust my jump, so I kept trying to correct myself, and then I died. And oh boy, now I'm playing as Dr. Dweebenheimer. I never play as Dr. Dweebenheimer. This is one of those games that you give me all these charming characters, like, the big draw of the game is that there's all these different characters besides humans. Why would I play a game with such a charming and diverse cast just to play as a human? Like, I can play as a human in other games. Heck, I can play as a human in real life. Why do I need a video game to play as a human? I digress. Okay, so let's see if I can make this. Also, I try to jump from the second bottom leaf on the right, and oftentimes that doesn't work. Alright, Dr. Dweebenheimer, let's see if you can make it to the checkpoint. Nice! Well, you got that going for you. Roxy couldn't do it. Then again, once again, I went through the problem of not trusting my jump. These marching millipedes are also a little tricky to jump off of. There's things to get used to, but for a while, I actually couldn't get a grasp of it. And then there's the big Martian millipede, and, well, there goes Dr. Dweebedheimer. Yes, I know his name is Dr. Meinstein, but I just like calling him Dr. Dweebedheimer. Who cares? To be fair, there's probably some lore behind humans being in this universe. They seem to be quite rare compared to other creatures like the pigs, the possums, the eggplant people, like the main villain. I'm not so much knocking it, I just, you know me. Although then again, the main villain, Ulsroth or whatever his name is, three-eyed eggplant monster, he's only the main villain for now. I have a feeling he's not the main villain. For example, there's this like furry waifu fox character who is also one of the villains, and I have a nasty feeling that she's the actual main villain, but that kind of goes into spoiler territory. I don't want to say too much of what I'm thinking because I do want people to play this game because it's awesome. And next we're on to the second main boss of this world. Typically there's 3. Alright, this one's not too hard either. Just, once again, dodge the attacks and then ground pound when he gets unsteady. So you have to keep an eye out for that platform as it sinks into the lava when he pounds down really hard. Also, should Roxy be the one to fight him? I mean, he's a fire specialist, and wouldn't Roxy's fire breath just make him stronger? Don't overthink it, Baalf. Don't overthink it. Instead, think about beating this boss fight. Just dodge attacks. Okay, wait for that big pound. There's a lot on screen, but like I said, the characters tend to have good mobility, even the big, heavy Aardvark. So being able to dodge attacks isn't too bad. Alright, come on. I can get some extra points of damage. Oh, I couldn't put him back in the lava. I don't think you actually can. Okay, come on. The dude's almost done. Almost done. Just gotta get him into the lava one more time. Dodge his attacks. Not too hard. Alright, come on. And one more. Oof, and yes. And into the fiery beverage. And now finish him off. I guess Roxy's too hot to handle. And what do you know? He gives you a thumbs up for beating him. That's just good sportsmanship there. Speaking of heating up, looks like the levels are heating up too. That was so lame, Baalf. Once again, because everyone has such high mobility, precision platforming is not required. I'm sure you could play it like that. Why would you want to? There's just something about being able to cheese the stages. It's kind of satisfying. Not sure why. I can't put my finger on it quite. Who cares? Alright. Also like that there's sometimes branching paths. There's not a lot of that per se, but maybe you're feeling a little saucy and want to take a different path. Alright, we got this guy. He's supposed to be an upgraded version of the Tiki head I fought before, but maybe. He fires more projectiles anyway. He's got more attacks up his arsenal, but Again, I like the fact that this game isn't a pushover, but it's not super hard either. At least not yet. Not at this point in the game. Though I've gotten most of World 2 beaten, and that hasn't been super hard either. I will admit the first vehicle level is kind of annoying though. Okay, I think just one more level and one more boss. Okay, I have to ask, where did the creator get those voice samples? Surely he didn't just hire a couple of people to say, clap your hands, move your body. That'd be kind of silly and embarrassing. Paid just to say, clap your hands, move your body. I mean, doesn't that seem just a tiny bit derivative? Maybe just a teensy bit? Yeah. I don't have anything against the theme per se, it just seems a little, what's the word? Anyway, I don't remember what this stage looked like in the main game. I want to say the red glow is a bit more aggressive, but I could be wrong, I'd have to go back and compare them. Like I said, maybe one day I'll do a Let's Play on this game. Probably not. I'm probably just gonna keep doing challenge mode, and that's about it. I probably won't do a Let's Play, but I did want to show this game off, just because, like I said, it's such an underrated game. Alright, once again, the precision platforming isn't egregious. It's not aggressive on you. And I do kind of like that about this game. That there are moments later in the game where, I'm dead. Wait, what just happened? Okay, something just happened. Oh, I see. I thought I was on the left side of the screen and that blue and white, or that, yeah, blue, green, and white thing was Drinn. I didn't realize I was playing as Roxy at the time. Have I mentioned Roxy is frickin' adorable? I would totally buy a Roxy plushie if it exists. It probably doesn't, but come on. Alright, almost to the top. Once again, the challenge is about right in this game. It's not super hard, it's not super easy. That's about where I want the game to be. I cannot tell you how many fan-made games I've been seeing recently by edgy edgelord or whatever you'd call them, who just want the game to be hard as nails, like Pokemon Reloaded. Maybe I'll do a video on Pokemon Reloaded one day, but I'm gonna say this right now, I have a lot of negative things to say about it. It's a really cool idea that honestly is just ruined by frustrating and tedious gameplay. Like, how about a first gym leader that fails its job as the first gym leader? It doesn't ease you into the game. 6 Pokemon, all scaled to your level. The dude spams healing items. Like, just really? And like just about everything else I complain about, people defend this. Okay, so... Yep, messed up. Alright, let's try again. I still got plenty of lives left. I was actually allowed to have like 8 lives and still be able to clear this with 8 difficulty. Okay, so once again, the game isn't too hard. It's fast-paced, it's addicting, and it's not too hard. But it can still be challenging. Normally, this boss is not too hard. Most of the bosses aren't too hard. But if you're not careful, you can still lose. And like I said, there's just a lot I really like about this game. The gameplay, the difficulty, the level design, the characters. There's just a lot to like about this game. It's kind of painful to see that this game is so obscure, though. It's kind of like Brock the Investigator. It's a game that really deserves more attention than it got. But it probably didn't get much attention because it's a furry game. It feels like the only way a furry game is gonna get noticed is if it panders to nostalgia or has super gorgeous graphics, but very rarely are either well liked. And now that I mention it, Fortune Shadow Torch has really good graphics and that ended up being obscure, so I don't even know anymore. Alright. Oh, wait, victory? Yeah, I beat it, nice. Like I said, that wasn't so hard and I got 2 characters. You unlocked Goldtooth and Smoker. You might remember Smoker as one of the bosses I just fought, but if you don't know who Goldtooth is, he's one of the shopkeepers in the game. Before I end the video, let's try these guys out. Not gonna play too much with either of them, but I did want to see what their move sets were like.
Yarr! Captain Goldtooth, single and not loving it. Hearing of all the girls Frebb's met on his journey, the portly shopkeep leaves port to seek adventure. His golden cutlass and grappling hook grant him a unique swashbuckling playstyle and are, more importantly, bound to impress the women.
Right? I mean, come on, he's portly. That sounds huggable.
Well, dude, Smoker the Immovable, the champ is back. Fed up with being undervalued by his superiors. What a bogus term. The Warhawk's strongest warrior has joined your side. Nothing shall stand in his way and stay standing.
Let's try Captain Goldtooth first. Alright, let's see what we got here. Okay, he's a little chonky. I don't know if I... well, it would define portly. He's not playable during main gameplay, I don't think, but, I haven't bought everything from his shop yet, so maybe if you do so, you'll unlock him. Probably not. Though it would be cool if you could unlock Foamy/Annabelle the opossum. Opossums are so cool. I hurt opossums. They're one of those animals that when they open their mouths and show all their teeth, it just looks like they're going, "Rawr!" And I don't know, I just find animals that look like they're going, "Rawr!" adorable. Alright, now let's try Smoker. What has he got? Okay. Whoa. Okay, and... Ooh, okay, that's a little OP. What else can this guy do? Okay, whoa, I said that one attack is OP? Wow, wow, that's OP. I mean, sure, you have to beat adventure mode on hard difficulty 8, but I figure they're gonna make him super powerful. It makes sense that this guy is a dynamo. But come on. Though I think that's kind of the point. Rewarding you for beating a hard challenge. And speaking of which, that was challenge mode in Frebbventure. Until next time, I'm Baalf, and the cave is closed.